Hello and welcome to Flippin Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're going to be flipping through Mad Magazine number 521, released June 2013. Cover price $5.99, which is indeed cheap. But before I do that, I gotta pull up a what do you call it? Website that I forgot to pull up, and that's patreon.com. But before I get to that, if you guys haven't already, please hit subscribe to this channel. Please leave a comment down below, and pretty please with sugar on top, hit that thumbs up button. All of those things help the channel grow. And I gotta be honest, I'm stagnant right now. I'm just been bouncing just up and down, like 412, 49, 410, 49, 412. 411. And I want to keep making progress on that. If you want, so that's the #1 way that you can support me. If you want to support me in a different way, go to patreon.com/flippinthrough, where you'll get some beautiful stickers. They were Dalton Vaughn. Mad that he's an idiot. He's part of the usual gang of idiots. It always feels wrong to say that, but I continue to say it. He helped me put this idea together. He helped design those, and so I really appreciate that help from him, and you can have them, and they're beautiful. I do want to say a thank you to those people who are supporting me on Patreon, like David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Mark Wolf, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Ed Meisinger, Doug Guilford, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get, you know what? I already know this is going to happen, but there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, look, the titles didn't reset. That's wonderful. Did I fix it somehow? I hope so. Now here I am. Hello. So I picked out issue number 521. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying to go through and take one issue from every century of Mad Magazine, right? So 0 to 100, 100 to 200, etc. Just to sort of spread it out and get some a little more variation. Because I'll be honest, a lot of what I enjoy going through the most, or I think probably the most is, or I think I like exploring for the first time, those issues from the 60s and 70s, because a lot of that is brand new to me. Nostalgia-wise, this is the stuff that I really like. Maybe not this one in particular. This came out in 2013, and they were lampooning things like Game of Thrones, which I had zero interest in. I'm not one of those, people that loves dragons or something. I don't even know what that show's about. There's dragons involved. I know that, and not into it. Look at this. Beautiful spy versus. That's a cool sweater. I wish they still sold this stuff. I would buy it. This is part of the, wait a second. This is at the spymuseumstore.org. This isn't exactly a house ad. But yeah, it's part of the International Spy Museum. That's neat. Anyway, one of the worst table of contents of all time. We have some. I think that this is Herman Mejia doing these, doing the Game of Thrones caricatures, and it's beautiful. That dude is one of my favorite caricature artists of all time. I really, really like his style, and it really, really works in color. Some of the stuff, it's almost like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it works better in black and white. Like Mort Drucker, for instance. Like, he was a black and white artist, and it works out really, really well. Alfred, that's a pretty good look-alike. I'd like to see his ears bigger, but we'll see. Hey, what is this? Look at this. Look at this guy's aping Doug Guilford's thing, right? Take your pick. During Christmas, I laid my entire Mad collection out on the living room floor in front of my Christmas tree and took a picture in hopes of making it into an upcoming issue. Well, guess what? I bought the issue today, and I opened it up to see 3 kids who did the exact same thing as me. What the crap? Am I not cute enough for you idiots? Brandon Mindel, British Columbia, Canada, The Mindel Project. That is correct. Ed. That's a commitment. That's a lot of work. So you guys understand how much work that is to lay out all those issues and then go and sit like a chump on them? Sorry, Mindel. I hope you're watching this and I hope you feel bad. That's a lot of work. I don't know that I'm committed to doing that. Look at that. New Yorker stole the cover. Anyway, I don't know. None of this is like the weakest letter column of all time. I mean, it's the low point. Here we have, look at this cutting edge of technology and humor. They published in a magazine a screenshot of a tweet. What? Pendleton Ward wasn't the only animation star who had something to say about our 50 worst things about cartoons issue, as evidenced by this tweet from Phineas and Ferb co-creator Dan Provenmeyer. Parodied in Mad Magazine, I am now officially too legit to quit. I don't know, guys. This is a low point in letters. What is this called? The Soul of Mad collection. That's right. Which I guess they were just like nice lithographs or, I don't know, a reproduction of a cover. Would you call it a lithograph? I think that's a very specific thing. And they're cool, man. I wish I had some of these. The only one, it's not part of the Soul of Mad, but it is a portrait of Alfred E. Newman that was a promo for subscribing. And yeah, I wish I had some of those because it would be nice. I think if their prints are anything like the one that I have, it's good. It's good. It's like they're nice. Fundalini pages. Celebrity cause of death. Betting odds. Kate Upton. This is so weird because this is not that long ago, so we still know all of these people. Self-inflicted beating while jogging. Because she's like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say that tastefully, but, she's known for one thing. Tragically incinerated while posing for cover of 2014 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue at the mouth of an active volcano. I don't know. Snuggled to death by some lucky bastard. But wait, he just murdered her. He just killed her. That's not... Anyway. The real reasons Pope Benedict resigned. Got it too good to turn down offer to be a judge on American Idol. Converted to Scientology. Was advised to do so by his agent, Scott Boras, and wanted to spend more time with his family. Nothing having to do with the brewing scandal, that's for sure. I don't know. The little tramp stamp. That's comedy. That's what I'm looking for. A mix of 1920s and 2010s humor. That's what we need. Insect lore. To ignore. Cicadas can wake up anytime they want to. They're just lazy. Jeff Cruz is getting a lot of work in this one. And lovely Tom Bunk. Look at that. What was I going to... I was going to kind of complain about this. Here we go, though. Things that will stop a bad guy with a gun. That was... I think it's still used for, like, pro-Second Amendment people. For those of you who are in Canada, in the United States, you have something called the Second Amendment, and it protects your right to keep and bear arms. But Second Amendment advocates, they have, like, this little... pithy phrase. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. So that's what that's playing on. A strategically placed banana peel. A witty one-liner in the style of Sylvester Stallone. Hey, yo, Tommy, one more round. Hey, that was pretty good, I think. In my ear, that sounded really good. Hey, how about maybe passing a gun law or two? I don't know. It's kind of hard to... It's like this weird thing with political humor is like, it's either it's so not funny that it's offensive in its unfunniness, or it's hilarious. I feel like there's no in between. It's either going to make me laugh or make me cringe. And this is one where it's just like, it's like, I guess that's supposed to be the build up, right? It's like all these silly ones. And then that should be the zinger, right? The very last one. And it's like, okay. Anyway, a lot of Pope humor. How the new Pope can revive interest in the church. Look at this is another Jeff Cruz one. They were like, he's like, I wonder if they were like, hey, do you have any Pope material? He was like, do I? Yes. Vary the selection of communion wines, making sure to include light summer varietals. I don't know. I'm not a wine drinker. Enact a strict 30% tolerance policy for pedophile priests. That was funny. I was trying not to laugh at that. Adopt Twitter handle @WhiteSmoke13 and start feud with Kanye West. Invent inspirational backstory of how he started in Vatican mailroom. Insert himself into political issues. That's always popular. Have all the bishops shave their heads and hand out flowers at the airport. This Pope humor, much better than the previous Pope humor. The Game of Groans. Artwork by, where is it? So I can be proven correct. Herman Mejia. Yeah, I really like him, man. Look at that face. This is beautiful. Yeah, I really like how he draws people. And this is one of those shows, like, people got really, really into it. And then they didn't. And then they were all very upset by it. I, like a smart television watcher, learned my lesson from the show Lost, right? If it's a perfect show, you need to mentally prepare yourself for the inevitable letdown of the finale. Like, just don't buy into it. That's all you have to do. That's not that hard, is it? They can't all be MASH, all right? They can't all be MASH. The most watched television event in the history. That can't still be true. I don't think that's still true. But it was at the time. A mad look at baseball. Like what an absurd way to start this. Hold on, I gotta zoom in on that. It's like this. He starts off with something that has almost nothing to do with baseball. It's just flinging a kid around. God, it's just great. Can you think of anybody humor-wise and art-wise who's more consistent for a longer period of time than Sergio Aragones? I don't think anybody touches that longevity of both humor and what did I say? Humor and artistic talent. Nobody's touching it. Prohias, he had a long run. I don't think it's longer than Sergio Aragones. Planet Tad, another Planet Tad. Listen, I don't know. I don't think I got many comments on the previous one, but if you, I hope you guys liked that Planet Tad. I thought it was so great. Yeah, not many people commented on it, so I'm not really sure how everybody felt about it, if everybody was pleased with it as I was. So I'm going to do it again. Planet Tad. 14 Earth years, height in foot-long hot dogs, 5.75. That sounds like some shit they would measure in England, right? Don't they do goofy stuff like measure people in stones? It's like, well, what's a stone? 14 pounds. It's like, wait, why are you saying it's 14 pounds? Don't you use kilograms? Well, yeah, but sometimes we use pounds and sometimes we also use miles too, because we can't decide. It's my British accent. You know what would suck? If you were a superhero whose power was to press wrinkles out of clothing, and you couldn't use the name Iron Man because it's so stupid, and because it was already taken, you'd have to be like hot steam emitting pants pressing guy or something. That was so dumb, but it was so funny. And it's like I could tell what the joke was, but it still got me. This dude, Tim Carvel, he's a good guy. He's a good writer. I wonder if I should see if he wants to be on the show. I wonder if fish just freak out every time it rains. Like, oh my God, what is going to happen to our ceiling? So something kind of crazy happened today. Allison Davenport. Can I zoom in further? No. Allison Davenport, who's a junior, asked me to the junior prom. I barely even know Allison. We're in Spanish class together, and we've been paired up for conversational exercises a few times. But I think today's the first time we've ever had a conversation that was in English and not about how to get to the library. It was especially surprising because I thought Allison was dating Jake Vanderbilt, who's a captain of the wrestling team. But Allison said, no, we broke up this morning. He's taking Katie Langhorne to prom now. And since it's a week away, everyone else has dates already. But I figured you'd probably be free. She figured right. I was so happy. Didn't even bother me when my friend Chuck said, it's like one of those high school movies. You know, the ones where the super nerdy guy ends up with the hot girl. Allison seems really excited too. She kept saying that she can't wait till Jake finds out we're going together. Oh my gosh. Just like the pacing too. Like, I don't know, the naivety of this guy, this character. He's not a real guy. And the pacing of the story is always so good. I just realized that I don't actually know how to dance. So I went on Netflix to look at some movies with dancing in them. I think the movie with the greatest distance between how awesome it sounds and how boring it is might be Dances with Wolves. I've never actually seen that. Here's the boring movie. Here's the awesome one. At lunch today, Allison suggested that she and I sit together. And I guess she and Jake are still friendly because she insisted that we sit at a table with him in the lunchroom. I thought it would be weird, but it was okay. Jake was kind of distracted paying attention to Katie, and Allison mostly just talked to me. It was nice, though. Anytime I said something back to her, she'd laugh really loud and put her hand on my shoulder and say, "Oh, Tad, you're so funny," even if it wasn't all that funny. I guess she must really like me. Why are all school buses yellow? I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to be happy going to school, but I'd probably be just a little bit happier if my bus were painted black with flames on the side. You know what this was? Like, this is basically Twitter, right? Like, this kid is tweeting. That sounds dumb, that idea that I just said. I bet if your last name is Pepper, you think twice before becoming a doctor. So today at school, Allison came up to me and said, I've been thinking about the dance. And I said, me too. And she said, I think you should get a haircut before then. Also, make sure your shoes are shined. And what color tie are you wearing? I think it should be somewhere between chartreuse and celadon to match my dress. I just Googled chartreuse and celadon. It turns out they both mean green. So I need to find a tie that's somewhere between green and green. Heading out to the dance, I'm wearing my tuxedo and everything. It came with a cummerbund. I thought it was cummerbund. Cummerbund? I don't know. Which I don't really understand. It's like some sort of weird bra for your belly or something. Well, I'm home from the dance. It was pretty crazy. Allison kind of made me slow dance with her to every song, even the fast-moving ones, and she kept moving us around the floor so she can keep an eye on Jake and Katie. Then she excused herself to go to the bathroom, and I waited for her to come back, and waited, and then I went to look for her and found her kissing Jake Vanderbilt in the hallway. So it turns out Chuck was half right. This is like one of those high school movies. But I'm not the nerdy guy who gets the hot girl. I'm the guy who the hot girl dumps right before she figures out that she and the hero should be together. Katie was using me the whole time, just to make Jake jealous. Wait. No, that's not true. No, Allison was using it. Katie was the one just to make Jake jealous. But luckily, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to get fooled like that again. Plus, some good news did come out of tonight. After Jake told his date, Katie, that he was breaking up with her and getting back with Allison, Katie told me she always secretly kind of liked me and asked if I wanted to go see a movie or something next weekend. So I guess we're going out now. She seemed pretty psyched. She said she can't wait till Jake finds out we're dating. Oh my gosh. It was wonderful. And it wasn't like heartbreaking when he was humiliated like that, because he's so naive in the brain. He doesn't know he's been humiliated. Wait, something's happened. Okay, there we go. Overheard in doggy heaven. Paul Coker. Paul Coker was still working in 2013, and he still had it. He was doing the colors on this too. I love this though. Look at, there's William Gaines chilling up there. Who's this guy? Somebody knows who this is, and I don't. So please tell me. Who's that? Scooby-Doo? Who's this? That dog from the Tramp movie? Oh my God. Who is this? Coming soon, Second Amendment Sammy's All-American Fun and Gun Show. This is poor trigger discipline right there. Never put your finger on the trigger until you are ready. Look at all of this is poor trigger discipline. This is not good. This is not educational. Jeez Louise. The Fedbuster 3000. Center Fire Tactical Rifle. Protect your valuable gun collection and family from ATF jackbooted thugs. I don't know if this is funny, but it is amusing. That is poor trigger discipline, though. You shouldn't do that. The darker side of, the lighter side of. I don't think, listen, out of respect for Dave Berg, which some people feel I don't have respect enough for him, but out of respect, I'm never going to do another darker side of the lighter side ever again. All right? That's my solemn vow to you. Introducing the Stuffy Vest Puffy Jacket. What is this? You know what the problem with this is? And like this is my the complaint I was going to have on the Fundolini Pages one. It's just like, I don't know, there's nothing that really, there's too much like whiteness in it and beige. There's like nothing that really draws the eye enough to like keep me interested in any of this other stuff. This is the type of thing that should be, and I know it wouldn't match with how modern advertisements are, but what made the other ones so good were that they were like mostly drawn. Like they had like some that were photographs because they imitated something like a very specific, well-known product, and they were lampooning an image in it. But then you would have ones like this that would be drawn instead. And it's like this one should have been drawn rather than just like inserting stock photography in. It doesn't feel like there's much artistry here. That's how I feel about it. So I'm sorry that I ranted like that. The lovely Spy vs. Spy. I did enjoy this when Cooper, I always like forget his name. Peter Cooper would do this thing where you'd fit in multiple stories or like multiple gags. And I always enjoyed that quite a bit. And I love this one too. How this final panel, so it's like, all right, he's looking, he sees a puddle, he's like, wait, mademoiselle, here, let me put a thing over. Oh, I'm going to hit in the head, I'm going to, oh no, and then he gets sucked down into the tube. But this panel is now larger than all the others, and you see it continue down into the abyss. I liked that a lot. I really liked that. The strip club. What is this? Okay. Number 5, in an ill-conceived series, Half-Baked Nonsense are the pages of MAD specifically collected for fans of MAD, the hit Cartoon Network show, though we'll gladly take your money whether you watch the show or not. I wonder if, like, you know what they do on YouTube? A lot of people, and I wonder if this would be worthwhile at all. Leave a comment down below. Like reaction videos where people will watch videos and comment on them. Like there was this whole Mad Cartoon Network show full of like short cartoon. So I don't know. Maybe I should check some of that out. Do a video on that. The other thing is, what do you call it? Mad TV. I've never talked about Mad TV. I've only talked about Mad Magazine. None of the television programs. And now did I say the strip club? Yes, that is what I said. Strip club, I did enjoy. Here's Kit Lively and Scott Nickel, WTF Jeff, or my roommate might be a serial killer. All right. Now a bit of magic by the amazing Kat Zintini. All right. This is the thing. He pulls a rabbit out. Comics magic, not very impressive. That is pretty fun. It only hurts when I laugh. Christopher Baldwin. Who was I? I was getting this guy mixed up with somebody else a while ago. Good story. Here's the Mad Vault. I don't know when they started this. This wasn't in the 400s. But I think we've talked about this before. The Mad Vault, they would take old things and reprint them. And I like the concept. What I don't like is like shrinking it down. So like, here, scenes of Americana yesterday and today. You have that beautiful George Woodbridge artwork with these like chubby-cheeked kids. And, it's like, it's wonderful. This one actually, now that I look at this, so this is from 99. This is actually not that old. What is this? This came out in 2013. Okay, so I guess it's like 14 years old. 14 or 15 years old. That's quite a bit now that I think about it. Yesterday, oops, mom catches dad sneaking a peek. Today, oops, mom catches dad having cyber sex again with that divorcee from Tampa. And it's like, George Woodbridge, imagine that's so crazy if you think about where he started in Mad and what the humor was like. And then he's illustrating this by Mike Snyder, just like insane shit. It's, that's pretty cool. The only thing that I really don't like about this is how they shrunk it down. And I guess it sort of makes sense. They have to make it clear that it's, wait, do they have to make it clear? Just say put the Mad Vault label at the top of every page. You could do that, like obscure just a little bit of the artwork. I think that would be fine. That wouldn't be too offensive. This has been reprinted. This is the Mad Guide to Man. Oh no, this is a new one, I guess. Mad Guide to Man Boobs, Volume 3. Artist Drew Friedman. This is like one of the most disturbing things to look at, but I can't stop looking at it. It's just, it's just perfect. Drew Friedman, this is like the greatest art you've ever created, in my humble opinion. That might be offensive, actually, now that I think about it. 8 suggestions to soften the blow for those on death row. Lethal injections are easier to cope with when they come with a lap dance. Just because his repeated requests for the operation were shot down in the courts, there's no reason not to let him go to the chair as the buxom blonde trapped inside him. Isn't that actually happen? That's like, this is the type of stuff, John Caldwell, rest in peace. This is the type of stuff that this would get you in a lot of trouble right now if you were to do this. It's pretty wild. Yeah. Hold a touching ceremony to retire his number. 486321, 1998 through 2013. Gift the condemned man with a leather-bound set of transcripts covering his 10 years of appeals. Oh my gosh. one of the nice things about this is like MAD was, there was a lot of ads for a while. We know this. But it was, they went away with them. They did away with them. They maintained the color pages, but they got rid of all of the ads. And I mean, for the most part, I think there's, that Spy Museum, borderline. But it's wonderful. It's really good that they were able to do that, and I appreciate that. I mean, not many organizations would do that, like reverse a decision like that. The best of the idiotical. This is another one which is like, it's kind of strange because like in the letters page, they're taking things that were digital and just reprinting them. So it's not anything new. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. Here we have a beautiful MAD fold in, which actually looks blurry. I don't know. Does that look blurry to anybody? Well, of course it does to you because my camera sucks. And then this, the iPad, teensy weensy, with house advertisement built in. Very smart. Anyway. Oh, there it got me. I can't believe it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.